I think it's a lot closer than most people think. Again, Cabrera is on a roster where they are just loaded. They are, believe they are absolutely loaded at most positions, and they have a great pitching staff. I mean, when you have Justin Verlander, who's been phenomenal the last couple of years, and Max Scherzer, 13-1 heading into the break. Again, when you have pitchers like that at the top of your rotation, then you're gonna be in some games. There's no doubt you're gonna be in some games. I mean, look at Cabrera's stats again. OBP 458, hits 132. I mean, look, doubles at 20. This guy has been phenomenal, and his slugging percentage is at 674. OPS 1.132. Just saying. This guy, Miguel Cabrera, is in the lead, but again, this is strictly my opinion. Look at the standings as they are right now. The Orioles are not in first place. The Tigers are. If the Orioles win the division, I think that Chris Davis deserves to be the MVP. Simply because, again, the Baltimore Orioles do have talent around them, but Davis is hitting the balls out of the park more than Cabrera if he keeps at the pace that he is right now. And again, their talent is not as overall well-rounded as the Tigers. So I mean, at least consider the fact that Detroit's level of talent is much higher. Again, that's why Cabrera is getting all those RBIs and home runs, because a lot of those players can get on base, and Baltimore can too. But if Chris Davis is the reason why Baltimore wins the division, then there's no doubt that I think Baltimore is good. That the Chris Davis is going to be the MVP in the AL. And granted, Baltimore's pitching staff isn't as great as it was last year. I mean, especially their bullpen. Their bullpen has been kind of shaky, and Jim Johnson's blown a couple saves. So, again, if Chris Davis can keep this offensive pace going, which, again, has been, wow, it's been unbelievable, then yeah, absolutely. No doubt that Chris Davis should be the MVP. But, hey, personally, I think this is going to be an exciting race in the second half, so we'll see what happens from there. All right. For most valuable player, let's go on to least valuable player, starting in the NL. And Jason Stark says B.J. Upton. It's hard to argue that. It really is. When you get paid $75 million over the next 5 years, wow. This guy's hit 177. The lowest batting average by any qualifying major league regular so far this year. A slugging percentage of 300. Yeah. Let's see other statistics right now. 0 for the season with runners on third. 1 for 38 with runners in scoring position with 2 outs. I mean, 51 games without stealing a base, and this is a guy who regularly does steal bases. Again, he's supposed to be one of the key components to the Braves being a real contender so far. I mean, don't get me wrong, Braves are in first place in their division, but a lot of it also has to do with the Nationals' inconsistency to stay healthy. I mean, when you have Strasburg and Harper out, it's gonna cause some problems. And other hitters in that lineup for the Nationals have not been in there so far this season. Luckily, Atlanta has replacement players like on their bench to counteract what B.J. Upton has done or not done really so far this season. So, again, high expectations, minimal results. Enough said. In the AL, no doubt in my mind, Josh Hamilton. Wow. The next 5 seasons, $125 million. Wow. This guy's had 90 strikeouts, only 14 home runs this season. I guess for most people, 14 home runs right now would be okay. But when Josh Hamilton's hit for roughly 40 home runs every year in and year out, and 100 plus RBIs, you expect production. You do expect a production out of players. And this team is supposed to compete with the Tigers. This team was supposed to even compete, again, with the Red Sox and the Yankees. So, again, when they're healthy. But this guy has been a disappointment. He's hitting 149 with runners in scoring position, 2 extra base hits, and more than twice as many strikeouts as hits. If you look at that lineup right now, you'd think that, this team would be in contention. Let's look at this roster as I pull it up. Right now they're eighth in runs, not bad. 4th in batting average. 6th in on-base percentage, and 4th in slugging. This roster is supposed to be really good. Let's look at what you have in the lineup. You do have Mike Trout, Ibar, Kendrick. Pujols is supposed to be great, but he's starting to heat up a little bit, but disappointment. Mark Trumbo. Again, many people forget about him. And they do have a great pitching staff. They've been injured as well. Jared Weaver's been injured. C.J. Wilson's been inconsistent. Bland's been awful. So, this lineup is supposed to be as competitive on paper going into the season as the Tigers. But so far, they have really, really underachieved. And a lot of that does have to do with Josh Hamilton. All right, moving on to the Cy Young. In the NL, can you believe there's so many pitchers in the NL right now? Matt Harvey's been phenomenal for the Mets. Even though they're going to have a losing season, Matt Harvey's kept them in games. He's the reason why they're not as terrible as the Marlins, or at least not terrible. Adam Wainwright, been great. Cliff Lee, great. Corbin's been phenomenal as well. Don't get me wrong, he's been lights out. Jordan Zimmerman, Bumgarner, Shelby Miller, great players. But all of them pale in comparison to Clayton Kershaw. He's leading the entire league in both categories again with a 1.89 ERA and .90 WHIP. And an opponent average of 1.86, OBP of 240, and slugging of 269. He has 2 shutouts on the year. And yeah, this guy, this guy has been phenomenal. This guy has been unbelievable. How consistent he has been the last couple years. This guy, if he hasn't gotten paid, he's going to get paid. Win-loss record, again, wins are kind of overrated. He's been only 8-6 on the year, but a lot of it does have to do with the lack of production that the Dodgers lineup has had in terms of hitting balls out of the ballpark. Strikeouts 139. All right, let's look at the last couple years for this guy. Going back to last year, 14-9, 2.53 ERA. 2011, 21-5, 2.28 ERA. Again, this guy's been really good. Even going back to 2010 and 2009. 2010, 2.91 ERA. 2009, 2.79. Just saying, this guy is a stud. And he's keeping the Dodgers in it, along with Yasiel Puig and a lot of the players, Hanley Ramirez. Again, these 3 players are the reason why the Dodgers are still in it. Again, this guy is going to get, if he doesn't get paid now, he will get paid very, very soon. Moving on to the AL, it's close, but not really. When you have a roster that has Prince Fielder, when you have a roster that has Miguel Cabrera, and again, when you have hitters up and down that lineup, you're going to get a lot of run support. But what Max Scherzer has done so far this season, 13-1. Oh man, this guy's been great. Right again, he hasn't gone. He's been giving them pretty good innings so far, pitching into the 7th or beyond in 13 of his last 16 starts. He's made 8 starts, and the 8 starts he's made following a Tigers loss since mid-May, they're 7-1. And the only reason they had lost one is thanks to a blown save. With Scherzer just allowing 32 hits and 15 earned runs in 57 innings. Again, you can make a great case for Felix Hernandez this season. Again, 10-4, 2.53 ERA. This guy's, again, he got paid. And he deserves it. 140 strikeouts so far this season. Stud. Chris Sale. Yeah. 6-8 for the Cubs. Or for the White Sox. But 2.85 ERA, 131 strikeouts on the year. Yeah, great. Yu Darvish. I mean, he's been injured. He's on the DL. 8-4, 3.02 ERA, 157 strikeouts. Yeah. You're good. Bartolo Colon, the ageless wonder, it seems. 12-3, 2.70 ERA. Oh, yeah. But again, a lot of clouds are over Colon with biogenesis. And he's, if I can pronounce this right, Hishaki Iwakuma. There we go. 8-4, 3.02 ERA, 113 strikeouts in the year. Great. It would be a lot closer if Max Scherzer hasn't gone 13-1 and has been phenomenal this season. Again, his ERA at a 3.19 and 152 strikeouts. This guy's good. He's really good. All right, the last couple of them. Let's just go to the Rookie of the Year in the NL. You have Shelby Miller, no doubt. AL, Jose Iglesias, yeah. This guy's been great for the Red Sox right now. 367 batting average. Really good. Great third baseman. And going on to the Managers of the Year, no doubt in my mind. Clint Hurdle from the Pittsburgh Pirates. They were the first team to get to 50 wins on the year. The last couple seasons, they haven't had great second halves, but I think this year will be the year where they get over the hump and get to the postseason. And in the AL, John Farrell. Yeah, no doubt. Everyone thought that a lot of these players were aging for the Red Sox, and I mean, they're on pace to win 98 games. And the revival of Big Papi, David Ortiz. Yeah, he's been good. And Daniel Nava, again, Jose Iglesias, Clay Buchholz, when healthy, great. So, I mean, overall, these players are the reason why John Farrell is going to be Manager of the Year in the AL, sorry. So, I think, again, it's going to be a great second half of baseball, and I'm excited. Again, it's the summertime. Everyone likes to go out and go to the ballpark, or if not, stay at home, watch it in your really nice HD TV. That too. But yeah, it has been absolutely phenomenal to watch. All right, we're gonna take a short break, but after the break, we'll come back with some basketball. A lot of signings already. Like I said, a lot of them were already confirmed before the fact, but now they're official. So let's look at the top teams. Actually, top teams in the NBA. But actually, before that, after the break, we'll talk about how I think Ryan Braun is going to get the treatment that Lance Armstrong got. And there's a lot of reasons why. And there's a lot, believe me, I think, and it looks like everyone wants him out. Everyone wants him out of baseball. All right, so here's some more music. You were listening to the Spicy Sports Show with Sam Cerrone on Spreaker Radio.